Well, I guess there's no saving myself from haters or offenders while I'm doing this. Might as well gonna take the risk of reviewing. Hi my people, it's Katie, and welcome to one of my newest videos. And it's officially gonna be a review. And what will I be reviewing for the first time? Well, I will be reviewing a movie that has impacted our lives and all of entertainment industries. A movie that's popular, charming, and a classic. I'm going to start it all with the one that started all. You know what I'm talking about. It's been almost about 85 years, right? I'm going to review a Disney classic, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Now before we get fully started, I just wanted to say that I love Disney. I grew up watching all of their anime movies, and I'm even a huge fan of the Disney princess. But nowadays we're getting into the current times where they make so many mistakes that could have been enough to harm their legacy and personal standards. But we're not going to worry about that now. Right now we're getting into the movie. This is the first ever movie that's made by Walt Disney and his company, from 1934 to 1937 of its production before its release date. It's also known to be the first one in full color and in English language. Like the fairy tale of the Silver Ape, this movie begins with a young princess named Snow White, who's known to be the fairest and kindest of the land, and has a passion of cleaning, cooking, being kind, being helpful, and singing to the animals as she has a beautiful voice. While her stepmother, who's best known as the evil queen, hated her for all that, she decides to hire the huntsman to take the princess to the nearby forest to kill her. But thankfully, due to her innocence and gentle charm, he aborted the queen's order and warns her to run away into the forest to save her own stepmother's wrath and jealousy. She then came across some forest animals to cheer her up and find her a place to stay, which in that case, a cottage. It was shortly revealed to be the home of the titular Seven Dwarfs. The dwarfs welcome Snow White in a cottage as she explains everything that happened to her. Meanwhile, the evil queen was told by the magic mirror that Snow White is still alive and safe. Outraged, the queen decides to take matters into her own hands and put herself into magic disguise as an old sales lady and makes a poison apple to trick Snow White into eating it, hoping that she will succeed into finally killing her and regain her former title as the fairest of the land. Okay, now on to the review. I honestly have to say that in terms of storytelling, this is pretty solid. It may seem like a typical run away and hide from the enemy story, but it's simple, humble, and a strong, whimsical tone. It works that way since it's one of the earliest adaptations of a fairy tale, and it provides a message that's important to be kind. Although I do admit that coming into someone's homes while the owners aren't around and letting strangers inside while being told not to can let you down, and it's not a smart thing to help the movie's writing. But I can forgive this as they're meant to build up the plot into its climax, especially with the sex scene where the evil queen was nearly struck by lightning before falling off a cliff, and there are some that are memorable and fun to watch, like where Snow White was singing to the doves on the wishing well, Snow White dancing with the dwarves forcing Grumpy to wash up, and this scene here. I love fairy tales, by the way, and this is the adaptation that brought us more to inspire and provide great quality of adaptations that came afterwards, and this provides the story and the quality of character development and charm for us to love and enjoy. For the animation, I can tell that's even an example of Disney movie production. For an oldest Disney movie, there might be chances to overlook to see there might be errors and glitches made there. But this is also the first movie that's made in both color and America. So this is where I have to give the most credit. It's the best kind of animation of its own. Disney's efforts for animating their first movie is classy, lush, and overall beautiful. And it's colorful too. The designs of the characters can differ from each other, but they fit each one of them. And the backgrounds are smooth and made the paintings look alive. The effects are old, but they are effective enough to feel the magic. It's one of the examples, meaning some more in the future reviews, that can make a Disney film look like a Disney film. Now with the characters. There are about 14 characters in this movie, but each one of them have their own unique qualities to themselves for how they made the movie work. Start with the fairest one, Snow White herself. A humble princess, she gives the most heart, charm, and message to the film. She lives by that no matter what situation you're in, it's always important to be kind to people and help those that are needed it. While her stepmother, the evil queen of her kingdom, is the exact opposite. But not the opposite in terms of quality. Because it works for the movie, it aims to compete with her stepdaughter into getting the titles that's important to her. She may seem to be slow or boring at first, but she makes it up by picking up the pace as she turns herself into an old lady with her magic spell as a disguise and making a poisoned apple to trick Snow White into getting killed. And her old lady chuckles are cool. And then there's Snow White's prince. Now you could say that he's the closest to be who's the weakest of the movie, or less likely developed character due to the fact he appears less well. He doesn't do much other than falling in love with Snow White in the movie. Well, guess what? So did the original fairy tale version. Plus, he does play the important role, being Snow White's true love, and I mean romantic love, as he's the one who gives her his love's first kiss that can wake her up from sleeping death. Now, onto the side characters. Simply, we have the Queen's Magic Mirror, which tells His Royal Highness the facts of Snow White being the fairest of one of all. And the huntsman, even be required to do his queen's orders, he shows heart knowing the princess is overall harmless and well-meaning young lady by sparing her life from killing her, and instead took out the heart of the pig to place in the queen's royal box. And all the animals in the forest are loyal and compassionate with kindness as Snow White did for them. They repaid her kindness to her when she got scared and crying in the forest. They comforted her and brought her into the dwarf's cottage for shelter, and as well as to surprisingly clean it up with her. And finally, the most important ones are the 7 dwarfs themselves. Dog is the leader of them with some sort of speech impediment. Grumpy is the obvious grumpy one, but has a heart. Bashful is the sweet little guy that blushes red. Sneezy is the one who has hay fever. Happy is the happy one. Sleepy is the one who's always sleepy and tired. And Dopey is the bald, silent one who's a little bit of a klutz. But he is funny. All these characters are some of the best examples of what I love about this movie. And that's saying much. And finally, the musical numbers. There are 9 songs of this movie, and all of them are fun, catchy, classical, and keep me up with the beat. The first song is I'm Wishing, a song of hopes and dreams, and it's a little like a pre-Pinocchio song prior to When You Wish Upon a Star, as it's traditional and melodic, with the echoes from the well brought its rhythm. And it's then followed by the prince's one song as a romantic response to it, confessing his love for Snow White for who she truly is, honest, kind, and delicate. Snow White's other song, With a Smile and a Song, is a soothing, comforting song to cheer you up when you go through a tough time, even knowing that the world is not always sugar-coated, but you can sometimes get through. Then Whistle While You Work is a simple cleaning song used to stay in a good mood when there's chores to be done. And even I need it when I had to do that stuff. Depending on if you're really into cleaning, that is. The Dwarfs' introduction of a working song, Hi-Ho, is iconic and fun, and it meant well for those who have jaws. And the washing up song is, Buddle Uddle Dum, unusual name for a song. It's meant to teach the importance of hygiene, and it's needed when you get ready to eat without getting germs in your body. The movie's Silly Song is a fun song where the dwarfs and Snow White sing and have fun together. And finally, Someday My Prince Will Come is a dedication to her love with the prince, and my personal favorite out of all of them. I mean of this movie. The use of the songs is the key. One of them to make a Disney movie, and it works so very well. It brings us one of the reasons how the company supposedly lived to its standards. Honestly, guys, I can't really criticize this movie. Even if there is, it's not saying much. This is a perfect sample to start a company we supposed to know and love. The writing is perfect, the animation is perfect, the characters are perfect, the music is perfect, the songs are perfect, the tone is perfect, and the fact it indicates that it's important to be kind is perfect. This is a recommendation to those who love Disney, grew up with Disney, love some things that came from Disney, like the Disney Princess, and it's exactly to get into its history. This is one reason why the company should look back to only what they made themselves, the reputation they supposed to keep. And for that, this movie gets a 10 out of 10 with a total of 5 KatieGirl hearts out of 5, and a seal of beauty. Not only if this is one of the best anime movies of all time, but even the one that started it all surpasses its standards at Disney. So there you have it, my first review, and I know it's not easy, but maybe the more I do with them, the more I can succeed. Tell me what you thought on it and the movie on the comment section. Give a like and subscribe and ring the bell for more of my content. And I'll see you next time. Ugga mugga! there, Katie. Hello. Who are you? It's Lizzie. Lizzie who? Lizzie Divine! Don't tell me you forgot about me! I didn't forget, I just, well, don't know you well. Well, you should know! I'm from one of the shows from Cartoon Network. I saw you watching my show on that channel when you were a kid. Oh, are you talking about Codename Kids Next Door? Yeah, that one! That show about those exclusive kids being heroes against adults and teenagers. So what do you want from me? Well, I heard that you feared that if you're going to make reviews, especially with the ones where you confirm your ratings and opinions that are opposite to others, people will make commentaries or responses that are negative or abusive, especially with insults and any form of internet-related mistreatment. So I thought I would come by and make sure people won't do such a thing, such as demanding them to take their words or videos like them down, and even get revenge on them, like threatening them or getting them into changing their opinions or what they said about TV shows or movies that are opposite to whatever you say about them in comparison to theirs. So we'll get people to only be equal to you. Get people to only be equal to me? Yes! That's a good idea, right? I don't know. I think it sounds risky and even troubling. I mean, I don't want anyone to make negative or abusive responses and commentaries out of me or my videos. And I admittedly want more of people feeling what I feel about movies and TV shows, good and bad, but I wouldn't go as far as, you know, getting revenge, threatening them, getting them to change their opinions or something like that, because, well, I don't want to get into bad situations that are bad or even worse than what I've been through in the past, you know?
Oh, come on! We gotta do something about those people. I even studied witchcraft, like what the evil queen did in the Snow White movie you just reviewed.
I see. Well, I still don't think getting everyone to have the same opinions as mine and getting everyone on never to be mean is a good idea, especially with witchcraft and by force.
Really?
Well, in case you don't want to, I might as well do this. Huh? Hey! Where'd you go?
Hey! You shall join me, Katie Mealy, aka KatieGirlsForever. Together, we can gather the whole world to worship you as the best and only you, and everything about you matters. More than everything in the whole wide world, we shall show the world who is to be feared of.
How is that we should be feared for? We're just two girls with me as a persona character, and you're just a Cartoon Network show character. We'll just see how we are once I'll take you with me to take over the world.
Let go of me! Let go of me! Hey, leave her alone! How dare you do that to Katie?
Eleanor, what are you doing here?
I heard some arguing here, so I had to came over to see for myself. And it turns out you were kidnapped and manipulated by a fake human kid.
Are you serious? What makes you think that I'm a fake human kid? I know that Cartoon Network was working on a K&D follow-up where I might be confirmed to be alien, but that follow-up never even happened. So I'm not a fake human kid. What is the matter with you people?
Wanna bet?
Don't come any closer, otherwise I'll use my powers to attack you.
We may have witchcraft, but you cannot beat me, Eleanor Miller.
Oh, really now? Hey, where did you go? Did you see where she went? No, she's faster than you think.
Yeah! Hey! Cut that out! Are you gonna leave Katie alone? Never! Alright, you ask for it. Are you gonna leave her alone now?
Yes! Yes, I will leave her alone for now! But please stop hurting me!
Okay then.
Oh, my head.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. So everything's okay.
Well, that's good to hear. There. It's gonna be okay now.
We heard some wrestling noises.
I'll explain everything. So basically, a cartoon girl came over to our house and started to kidnap Katie, but I stopped her, so everything is okay now. The KatieGirl was stated to be Lizzie Divine. Okay.
Lizzie Divine. Lucy was that same character that was written to be number one's girlfriend before they break up. And now, she's become a character who's willing to find on those that she claims on who should agree with our opinions, as the way to make people's productions of movies and TV shows to be the way that we think it's good, or at least the way we wanted them to be. Especially with those that said something about like Pixar's Up deserves to win Oscars for Best Animated Feature, and all of the award ceremonies that made that movie the winner as Best Animated Feature, and of those that would say anything to make responses or commentaries to any YouTube videos, so she's here to be an actual threat.
That sounds like she can't handle the different opinions and insults to the point to form some sort of terrorist organization.
As much as I hate to say it, but Melody is right. Usually anyone that was offended by someone's words or insults, or someone's opinions, they're being opposite to whatever they said about something, they write comments or post stuff to complain about them. And they even make petitions to try to take action against them. They usually do that, but then they actually plan to do an actual physical attacks to them in real life. Especially the internet to go their way.
They're becoming more dangerous.
Yes, they're now becoming a threat. I mean, sure, we have Eleanor Miller's magical powers, we have Melody's ability to become a mermaid, we have Merida's archery skills, we have Blue's paw print markings, and of course, and I mean of course, I have my own fighting skills. But even then, we may not be able to see the world on what they're about to face. It has begun, Katie. What? What has begun? The slavery and the massacre against those who have opposite opinions and expose us with negative posts and commentaries. They truly have begun. Yeah, you're right. People that got offended by those who make those negative mean posts out of them and have opinions that disagree with them, they were harmless. They fight back at people with their own comments and make reports out of them, and that's it. But now, the offenders and everyone that have their opinions that are the opposite of ours in any way, they're in terrible danger right now. So what are we going to do? All I can say is that the best thing we can do is that we still keep our content going. We've got to have a good reputation as content creators. We're currently being mistreated like criminals. There are people that are straight and girly like me. People like me are now discriminated like the people of any race and people that are gay. Those kinds of people used to be treated like crap. But look at where they are now. They're a lot more common and they're more popular and beloved by majority of the world. As for the straight, white, feminine people and those that just have their own opinions, they're the next targets because they're the obvious examples on how people were mistreated first. And they seem to be like the purest when in reality, they're just not that different. So now it's our turn. We're the kinds of people that are now being discriminated for who we are. But right now, at this point, we're not going to be afraid. If people of different race and gay people can be accepted, then so should we. Because we can get better. And we can succeed, and I mean we can succeed by doing what we love to do most. And that is creating good stuff, making videos, doing reviews, and share our opinions. That's what we do, right? We're not gonna let some hater, cyberbully, opinion basher, die-hearted fan, or anyone stop us now, right?
Yes, that's right.
Let's keep doing what we love to do. Yes, although we can't deny, someone out there is going to attack us again. We have to prepare for ourselves. Otherwise, we'll be witnessed.